Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be ranking all the championship stadiums from worst to best. Now, just a quick disclaimer, this is my opinion, you won't agree with me and that's fine, it's just a bit of fun, but do get your comments in below and let me know what you think is the best and worst stadium in the championship. And obviously I don't hate any of these stadiums, well, except let's just get into 24th, shall we? So in 24th is the Kassam of Oxford United. I guess we should get this one out of the way. I mean, the bare minimum for a stadium in the second tier is 4 stands, and one at the Kassam is a literal car park. But to be honest, the other 4 stands are pretty nice. Capacity of 12,500 is the second smallest in the championship. And hey, the missing stand isn't all bad because it meant some Pompey fans could watch the game in lockdown. But yeah, overall this one has to be in last, unfortunately. Then in 23rd, I've gone for the Swansea.com Stadium, and might be controversial because it's a nice modern stadium, but there's just no character to it, and it's a bit of a bowl. It's also the 7th smallest stadium in terms of capacity with around 21,000, and location-wise it is pretty nice being next to a river. But for me, yeah, I've gone 23rd. Next up, I've put Home Park of Plymouth, and again, I do like this stadium, it's got a bit of charm to it. And whilst it's the 3rd smallest stadium with a capacity of 18,000, it almost always sells out and generates some great atmosphere. In terms of location, it's also quite a nice place, but of course it has the disadvantage of being really far away from most teams. Up next is the biggest stadium on the list so far. It's the Coventry Building Society Arena, and first off, what a mouthful of a stadium. As I said, quite a big stadium with a capacity of 32,609, but similar to Swansea, for me it's lacking character, although it does have a massive thing, I don't actually know what it is, attached to it, which I think is used for other events maybe, but to be honest I think that probably makes it look a bit worse. I think the recent success for Coventry and the fan base growing has definitely made it better atmosphere there. But it's 21st for Coventry. In at 20th, I have the MKM Stadium of Hull, and I think people might be understanding what I look for in stadiums at this point. The me modernness of this one once again takes away from it, but overall I think it is a nice stadium, and with a capacity of 25,000, it's going in at 20th. Up next I have Ewood Park, and of course minus points for it often being about half empty. But there are loads of positives about it, for example the big away end, capacity of 31,000, and stadium design as a whole is pretty cool compared to the others so far. In 18th place is the Bet365 Stadium in Stoke, with a capacity of just over 30,000, and I do like this stadium, I think it looks quite nice, but not nice enough to go any higher. The atmosphere is normally quite good, especially when they're singing Delilah. Next, it's the Cardiff City Stadium, and it's quite a big stadium with 33,000 capacity, but I feel it often lacks atmosphere there, and the design's a bit generic, but obviously it's in Cardiff, so it's a good away day. Then the Den of Millwall, 5th smallest in the championship with a capacity of 20,000, and I like that all 4 stands look identical, but I can say all I want about this design, but obviously the best thing about this stadium is the atmosphere and the fans that come with it. One of the most unique in the EFL in the world, really, in terms of as far as football fans and atmosphere goes, and for that reason it's going into 16th. Now, Kenilworth has gone from being the smallest in the Premier League to the smallest stadium in the Championship, with a capacity of just under 12,000, but I love it. So much character and charm to it. Walking through someone's garden to get into the away end is so cool. Give me Kenilworth Road over a generic bowl any day. Up next is Luton's rivals, who I've got one place above them. It's Watford. Vicarage Road has a capacity of 21,000, and I think it looks nice. Got good floodlights, cool design in colours, and decent atmosphere too. Up next is a ground I really like. It's unique, it's compact, it's Loftus Road, which is the 4th smallest in the Championship, but like I said, it offers something most of the others don't, with that sense of, you know, you being right on top of the pitch. Obviously, only so high I can put it, as there are quite a few flaws with it, such as bad views, lacking legroom, but I love Loftus Road. Next up, it is Burnley. I think Turf Moor's a nice historic ground and can generate some good atmosphere. It is one of the smaller in the Championship with a capacity of just under 22,000. In 11th, it's Deepdale, and I love the design of this one. The massive floodlights, the seat design, and of course the big away end is always good. And it has got a capacity of 23,000, but there's certainly some flaws which prevent me from putting it any higher on the list. Next, Carrow Road is a stadium that I really do like. Capacity of 27,000 and can generate some noise, but minus points for the goal music. The colour scheme looks nice, and I think the location is also quite cool. Next is Ashton Gate, and I think the redevelopment of this stadium has worked really well, keeping that classic charm whilst making it a bit modern. A capacity of 27,000 can often generate good atmosphere too, and Bristol's a nice place to go for an away day too. Pride Park is a big stadium with a capacity of around 33,000 and is quite a nice clean design. Well, Riverside and Pride Park are literally the same stadium, so obviously they're going to go next to each other. For me, I slightly prefer Riverside. Don't really know why, but I think it generates good atmosphere, and location-wise it's very nice as well. Next to the River Tees, as the name suggests. Now, these top 6 could be rearranged in any way, and I wouldn't disagree. I've landed on this order, but they could be any order. I love them all. So I've tried to remain as unbiased as possible here, but in 6th is the beautiful Fratton Park. Obviously I've been here a lot and I love it so much. As I mentioned, I love stadiums with character, charm and a historic feel, and Fratton Park certainly provides that. One of the smallest stadiums on the list with a capacity of just over 20,000, and of course completely unbiased, the best fans in the world. And, hey, don't take it from me, take it from Ronaldinho. So yeah, in 6th I have Pompey. Coming in at 5th place is the biggest stadium in the second tier with a capacity of nearly 50,000. It's the Stadium of Light. And it's a really great stadium for a really great fan base, and overall a nice design for the stadium. Next up is the Hawthorns, and I really like this one with a capacity of just under 27,000. It keeps that historic feel while maintaining it well. And from the outside it looks really cool as well, usually with a good atmosphere too. Now into the top 3, and these were so hard to rank. I think these are probably most people's top 3, but again, any order, I don't know. These are the ones I've landed on. So in 3rd I've gone for Leeds Ellen Road, capacity of just under 38,000, and it generates maybe the best atmosphere in the Championship. It has such great historic character and it's a really great stadium. Now, 2 Sheffield clubs left, and in 2nd, I've got Bramall Lane, another really historic stadium whilst still having a modern feeling. The whole design of it's excellent, with a capacity of 32,000, really generates some noise, especially for Greasy Chip Butty. And so then in 1st place, I have Sheffield Wednesday's Hillsborough, such a traditional, iconic stadium and a beautiful looking stadium with such unique character and design. Absolutely incredible atmosphere too, with just under 40,000 seats, and sure, it might look like it's going to fall down at any moment, but that's why it's top of the list. There you have it. Don't believe me in the comments, okay? It's just my opinion. It doesn't really matter, okay? But yeah, no, let me know your lists, or just your best and worst, in the comments below. I'd really like to see your opinions on that. Do you think I put your club too high, too low? I think most of you are probably going to think I put your club too low, but that's the fun of it. And I respect all of your opinion, unless you're an Oxford fan. I'm joking, we love you. Build another stand, that's pathetic. But yeah, thanks so much for watching this video. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.